Uh, Hi there. Welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We left off at a rather climactic moment, I assume, after Herlock made his grand entrance. We got some weird-ass evidence that I'm not immediately sure what to do with. And now we have a choice to make. Do we want a summation examination? Do we want further cross-examination? Do we want time to think of a nation? I mean, I don't know. Fucking, yeah, throw a fucking summation examination right in my face, please. Now it's come to this. My only chance is to appeal to the jurors and try to change their minds. What do you think you're doing, Mr. Naruhodo? Sorry? What of Miss Sasato's gracious gesture? Would you let this final piece of evidence she left you go to waste? Final piece of... This is not a time for inaction. This is a time to hear from a witness. But it's not possible for me to bring a new witness to the stand at this point. I don't think that's what Harry means, Bruno. Gah! Have you forgotten where we are in the trial? Aha! Okay, well, I guess it's not the time for a summation examination. It's time to talk to Rupert, Ashley again. If the defense has nothing more to add, I think we should proceed to the adjudication. Wait, my lord, I just thought of something. The defense requests further cross-examination.
Objection!
God, you again. The jurors have spoken. Protocol dictates that you may not cross-examine a new witness now.
Objection!
The defense is not asking for the cross-examination of a new witness, rather, to continue with one of an existing witness. What? I've never heard of such a thing. Ah. It would appear that a rather important detail has escaped your attention, Mr. Reaper. Yeah, because I believe they interrupted the cross-examination. We didn't, stop the cross-examination that we were currently doing. My lord! Requesting your lordship's permission to interrupt the court examination, or cross-examination, yeah. Thank you, officer. Very well. The cross-examination is hereby temporarily suspended. I presume we have no objection, counsel. No, my lord. So nobody can say anything, then. If Bruno asks to resume his cross-examination of Mr. Graydon, the court is obliged to allow it. This is absurd! I mean, it is what we agreed to, and what they agreed to before, you know. I would remind those present that this is my courtroom. I concur that the Prince is entirely within its rights to request a court continuation of the cross-examination. However, I will not permit an unremitting protraction of these proceedings. Therefore, I have decided to afford the defense one final opportunity in concluding the cross-examination. Counsel, you must choose but one statement from the witness's testimony. Oh wait, wow man, it's one of these situations. And but one piece of evidence to present in support of your argument against it. Man, he's always annoying. A single chance to present evidence? If, following that, the situation remains unchanged, I shall move to adjudication. It's not clear, counsels. You will not press the witness any further. My lord. Yes, my lord. That's totally cool and based. I like it. A single statement and a single piece of evidence. Most generous. Mr. Naruhodo. It's high time I, fell in a dead faint. I leave this in your capable hands, bleh. Oh, that hurt Locke. He's a cut-up. I like how he used his normal falling back animation, or his, like, surprise animation, except this time he's, like, actually gonna faint and maybe die. Who knows? That hurt Locke. Mr. Shaw! Okay, dude, it's not that fucking serious. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be okay. He's just tired. Besides, I don't want to, like, peek my mic. To stand so insouciantly before the court in a state of such high fever. Either the man has extraordinary strength of mind, or an extraordinary lack of feeling. Perhaps a bit of both. I imagine he's feeling very little now. The detective is sleeping soundly at one of the antechambers. Ah, so he was just a sleepy boy. Strike a man when he's down, why don't you? Well then, Counsel, are you fully prepared? Yeah, we know we are, man. It's fucking now or never. Do or die. 5% wisdom, 10% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. You know? Yes. Yeah, totally. I'm good. I'm great. One statement. One piece of evidence. I won't let Mr. Sholmes down. Or Iris. Yeah, fucking slap your face. Yeah, fucking do it. Though I like double slap do it more. And I won't waste this final chance that Tazado-san has given me with the fucking cat flap maker thing. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that, Tazado? Honestly. What the fuck? This is going to decide the entire outcome of the trial. So try to just, like, throw the cat flap at his face. Be like, yo, bitch, what do you think about that? Very well, then. Under the terms I've outlined, you may resume the cross-examination. Very well. The moment of the shooting again. Oh, listen to that music. I don't think it's played before. This is like real deal, serious shit, yo. I bet. Well, it definitely gives off an air of importance, but it's the same cross-examination. Okay, you were near the entrance of the shop. When one debate through an action of the counter, I felt a sharp pain in my arm. Okay, I pursued the man, but he shut himself in a storeroom. Could see him through the peephole in the door, though. The accuser in a black coat shot the man in the back. Okay, cool. I saw the blood splatter all over that wretched girl. Then she tossed the gun out of the peephole, so I picked it up and made my escape. I mean, nothing about that seems different. Look, maybe I need to examine this fucking thing again. What the? Wow. Okay, that's kind of violent. I'm pretty sure you use this as a fucking murder weapon, man. Dude, imagine, oh yeah, sorry, I murdered him. I made a cat flap inside of his body, and then he bled out. Woo! Haha, those vicious teeth look like they could rip through almost anything. Ah, they're good, aren't they? They're made of a special alloy I developed just for this job. The cutter rotates 10 times per second, so we can get through any kind of door in no time at all. And, what are the two parts at the top there? Ah, those are for attaching hinges to the section of door that gets cut out. Right, of course. Nothing can match this machine for power. It can make mincemeat of even the toughest of doors. It sounds so charming and friendly when you say what it's for, but it feels like the reality of the cat flapper mat is that it's a grim weapon of door destruction. Wagahai's so adorable. There's nothing I wouldn't do for him. Even developing deadly weapons. Okay, Jesus. Fucking, Iris member umbrella here. Come on. Okay, well, that's weird looking and strange. Cat flap-matic door thing. I mean, I only got one piece of evidence I can present and, you know, on one statement, so I can't really fuck around here. Okay, well, obviously, if the cat flap-a-mat is important in some fashion, but I don't know where exactly I would present it. Like, I could see him through the peephole in the door, though. The accused in a black... Huh. Okay, I feel like this peepus hole is pretty important. But there's two statements that mention the peephole. Okay, first I'm gonna save, because I don't want to find myself in a unwinnable situation, you know? I don't give a fuck. Peepus. Oh, he explicitly said not to press him any further, didn't he? But I don't know. What, like, I don't... Gone out a peephole. Blood splatter. Pursue. Arm. Let me look at this thing again. Okay, well, I'm trying to, like, think with my brain, you know, really stretch the old brain muscles and gray matter. I feel like this cat flap-mat is related in some way to the peephole, but I don't know exactly how. Why would there be a cat? Why would this apply to the door at Windibanks? I'm pretty sure Iris wasn't there at the scene, and I'm pretty sure...
Hold it!
Okay, I'll just press, see what happens.
Objection!
Oh. Okay, yeah. Okay, Jesus Christ, I know. I just wanted to well, again, I don't know. There's two statements that mention a peephole, so I don't fucking know, man. No, my learned friend. I take issue with you. Ah! Oops. His lordship made it very clear that the defense is permitted to present only a single piece of evidence. The prosecution demands stern punishment for any mischief used to make more of this cross-examination. Okay, yeah. Fine. Ho, ho, ho. Ugh. He threw that mischief in your face, Runo. Ugh. He threw those just desserts in my face twice. Okay, fine, present. Okay, fine, I'll present. I'm a good boy, I can present. His lordship is only going to allow me to present one piece of evidence here. But it's clear what that piece of evidence should be. Yeah, it's a cat flop-o-mat. How in the world did Susie manage to sneak off with this without me noticing? And she used it as a pawnbrokery? When? Yes. At least that's what Mr. Sholmes said. I mean, again, when? Where? Why? Like, didn't we go to the... We went there together. Wasn't she, like, tending to fucking, Sholmes for being shot? Why would she just use the cat flop-o-mat at the... I don't know, man. I was only gone from the place for about 5 minutes when I went after the Skulkin brothers. What possible reason could the Zato-san have had to use Iris's contraption in that time? Could it be that what she did with the cat flop-mat completely changes one of the key premises this testimony is based on? Okay, well, since I can't do any pressing or anything, I'm just gonna throw the cat flop-o-mat at either one of the two statements that have people in the door in the name, because I feel like the people is pretty important.
Objection.
Okay, yeah, we did it. But again, why would Cesato have used it? Again, like, I thought she was tending to whole Sholmes and his dying, his being shot thing. What would have compelled her to do that, like, in the span of, like, minutes? What on earth is that eccentric contraption, Counsel? Oh, it's my cat flop-o-mat, my lord. It makes a way for cats to get in and out of a room. And the other part was, there's no cats in the, in Windibake's pawnbrokery. Why would you want to make a cat door when you don't have any cats? I don't get it. It can cut through any door you can think of and make a new little door in the middle of it. That's right, my lord. It's pretty fucking weird, but it's cool, okay? Trust me, it's pretty cool. That's right, my lord. It's a device for creating so-called cat flaps. Small doors for cats to come and go as they please, without their owners having to open the main... Okay, geez, you didn't have to interrupt me when I was in the middle of being cool and epic, but okay. I'm sure we can all work that out for ourselves. Ah! That cat lover's contrivance has no possible relevance to this case. Oh, really? Of course it doesn't. To start with, there was no cat flap in the pawnbroker's door. I mean, yeah, obviously. Not being a keeper of cats myself, I'm afraid I fail to see what this has to do with the matter at hand. Perhaps it would help if I described its function another way, then. This contraption is able to create a peephole in any door you can imagine in practically no time at all. I beg your pardon? A peepus hole, you say? 2 nights ago, we arrived at the scene only minutes after the murder of Mr. Windibank had taken place. That's right. According to the paperwork at the yard, it was you, your Japanese assistant, and Sholmes. Yep. Here were 3 of us, the preacher, the thief, and I. We were together, and it's recently come to my attention that my assistant made use of this device at the time. Your assistant did what? There was a peepus hole in the storeroom door. I can attest to that. Yeah, we saw it too, so are you telling me like the 5 minutes we were gone, she made that just so we could see the dead body? Why? How would she know that there's a dead body in there if the door was locked? Why? Cesato, please, I wish you were here to explain yourself to me. Because I looked through the peephole myself in order to see inside the locked storeroom. This is ludicrous. What are you trying to say? Of course there was a peephole in the door. I said as much in my testimony. How else could I have witnessed the crime, for pity's sake? Yes. How could you? What? Counsel, kindly say what you mean. Alright, it's time. Time to strike the final blow. What I mean is this, my lord. My assistant made the peephole in the storeroom door. And until such time as she did, the door had no hole in it to look through. What? No! Okay, I could have done that better.
Objection!
This is a farce! Are you really suggesting that the peephole in the door was... Yes. It was created only after the incident had taken place, by my judicial assistant, using this device. Your assistant tampered with the crime scene, whilst being fully aware of the gravity of her actions. That is the most serious act of vandalism. I mean, yeah, kinda. For which I humbly apologize, my lord. It was in the few minutes that I left the scene in order to pursue the Skulkin brothers and alert the police. Nevertheless, in the light of this new information, it becomes apparent that Mr. Graydon's testimony is riddled with holes. I mean, I could have told you that, but I've already been over that. Also, I don't know. I'm just gonna pause real quick. The fact that this testimony relies only on the fact that Susato used a device that Iris made, according to us, like, I don't feel like that's really decisive evidence, considering how Van Zykes was acting about the fucking chemical spray, the blood spray, and how they would accept that as evidence. Would they really accept testimony from us that Susato used a thing? Like, I don't know. God. Riddled with. Explain yourself, counsel. The majority of Mr. Graydon's testimony that appears to incriminate the defendant is based upon what he witnessed through the peepers hole in the storeroom door. Yes, that filthy girl shooting the man in the back. However, if at the time of the incident, that peephole did not yet exist in the door, there's no possible way that you could have seen what you claim to have seen. In short, your entire testimony is a pack of lies. Again, I could have done that. I could have told you that earlier. Order! 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 Is there any evidence? Is there any credence in its revelation?
Objection!
None whatsoever, as my learned friend must surely realize. Exactly. This is just some cheap trick designed to discredit me. I'm afraid not, sir. Of course it is. Do you seriously expect people to believe that plaything could cut to a solid wooden door? Oh yes, I designed it to be very powerful. It could cut through even the toughest of doors. That's absurd. I don't believe it for a second. Haha! I had a feeling you'd say that. Oh, Iris, no. For the love of God. You don't make a cat flap door inside of Mr. Graydon, okay? I know you might want to, but just, please, curtail your bloodlust. For our sake. What? Waggy! Cooey! Time for dinner! Oh. Okay, well that's a lot cuter than what I had assumed she was going to do. Meow. Well? Also, what the fuck? You brought the cat with you to wait. Oh wait, you did. You did bring the cat. I forgot. That was at the beginning of the trial. I remember you did bring the cat. Okay, well, good foreshadowing, game. Young Bailey, this is the Old Bailey. One does not make cat flaps of the old paneling at the Old Bailey. I'm not done yet. Don't worry. This doesn't mean that the peephole in the storeroom door at Windibanks was made by your machine. Yeah, I get it. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think there's decisive evidence, you know, that would normally be satisfactory to the game's desire. All we have is Sadato's word, you know. And there's no way you can prove that it was. No, but it's easy. What? The cat flaps my cat clappermat creates are all of a fixed size. And the dimensions of the peepus hole at Winterbanks are an exact match. Ugh, oh. Okay, well that's actually some pretty good evidence. I'll give you that. Hee Old Silky's lost for words. Excellent work, Iris. Thank you. And now it's my learned student's friend's turn to be lost for words, I feel. I believe your judicial assistant has already left the country for your Eastern Island home. Well, yes, that's true. Then you may have some difficulty in establishing all of the facts. Yeah, exactly. See, this is what I was bringing. This is what I was pointing out before. For the sake of argument, let us assume that Peepus Hole has dimensions that are a perfect fit for this contraption. In that case, when was the Peepus Hole cut? The prosecution demands proof of your answer. What is the purpose of your line of inquiry, Lord Van Zeeks? It's very simple, my lord. The defense argues that the People was created after the incident using this device. But now that the perpetrator has returned to her native land, she cannot testify to the fact. There is no proof. Yeah, you got me there, Barack. I'll give you that one. Ugh. And for as long as the defense remains unable to prove when the People was made, my learned friend claim amounts to nothing more than a baseless accusation. Ah, what? Yeah. Damn you, Van Zeeks. You've owned me once again. Indeed that is so, Lord Van Zeeks. Well, counsel, what have you to say? Don't give up now, Bruno. This is the time to create your own opening and force your way through. I don't know if I can do this, but I do know one thing. Susato-san is the greatest judicial assistant in the world. I mean, yeah, that much is true. Very well. The counsel for the defense will present evidence to support the claim made. Proof that a Peepus Hole in the door of Underbake's storeroom was created after the event and not before. Hey, look at that cute kitty. Now, how am I gonna prove that shit, yo? Oh! Look at this shit right here. Just take a good look at this shit, my dude. And look at that. Would you look at that shit right there? That's a motherfucking Peepus Hole right there, my dudes. Okay, that's the kind of decisive proof that we were looking for. Also, man, I cannot believe I didn't notice that before. Like, I definitely looked at both these photographs multiple times. I even pointed out the fucking very realistic looking dog that they fucking put in here. But I never noticed that this was a contradiction to this. Clearly, my powers of observation are not as fine-tuned as Ryunosuke's. Well, if you're looking for a bit of proof, Judge Guy, take this shit right here. Yeah, fucking take it. Take it. What are you? A prank from the detectives' infernal cameras again? My judicial assistant, Miss Susato Makotaba, is an extremely intelligent and capable woman. Which is why I had never had any cause to doubt that she would have considered this scenario and made sure I had the necessary proof. Okay, yeah, she's smart and capable, but still, like, jeez. That was quite the gamble to just make. To just be like, oh yeah, I bet Naruhodo's gonna need this shit. And the necessary proof is this, pornographic print council. I don't know, just like think about it, right? She was there. She didn't see who did the murder, or she didn't see anything that actually happened. Why would she have made the door by, though? That don't quite make sense to me. Because there was no peephole before the door, in the door, and the door was locked from the inside. Like, how would you even know that, like, there was a dead body there? Or, like, Gina was in there, because the only way we saw was because we looked through the peephole that she apparently made. Again, I guess she was just being, like, very, what's the word? Well, she was exhibiting great foresight, and was just assuming that, this situation might present itself. Anyway, sorry, I'm just kind of, a bit flummoxed is all. Gah. This print shows a scene in the shop moments after the defendant entered the premises. Agreed. And it also shows the accuser mercilessly wielded a gun in the direction of the defenseless broker. But more to the point, it pictures the storeroom door in the background. And let me see that print again. I don't believe it. This really is quite remarkable. The door to the storeroom is completely devoid of a peepus hole of any description. Ah! Mr. Graydon, you couldn't possibly have witnessed the crime as you claim to have done. Because at the time it happened, there was no peepus hole in the door. Ugh. In other words, your testimony is a catalogue of lies. Again, I say. Ugh. God. Okay, geez. That was quite the dramatic, dance maneuver. Order! 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 I am satisfied that the defense has substantiated its claim beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness's testimony was entirely fallacious. Is he alright? Did he just die? Or did he pass out? That's not the only thing we now know beyond all reasonable doubt. My learned friend's assistant guilt... My learned friend's assistant's guilt can no longer be denied. The woman tampered with the crime scene. Okay, yes, she did. But, come on, can you really say no to that, to that smiling face? Come on. But more importantly... Good Lord! There's more Lord Van Zeeks? The defense may have established a reprehensible instance of perjury, but that is no proof that this man is the victim's killer. I mean, true, I suppose. Yes, that's right. What? I was there at the scene, it's true. And I was shot in the arm, it's true. But that's all. You know, don't make that weird face at me, Jesus. Yes, in fact, if you look at the circumstances, I am the victim here. Oh, please! No! I don't believe this. But they're right. As it stands now, I don't have any definitive proof that he is the culprit. Still, he can't worm his way out of it now. Iris, you know what they say. There's no point locking the cat's door after the cat is bolted. Is that the thing people say? Like, isn't that right, Runo? As Hurley always says, one lie begets another. No, wait. That might have been a line I wrote for him in one of my stories. Still, the point stands. Well, no matter who said it first, you're right. Mr. Graydon, not only did you give false testimony to the court, but the lies you told make no sense. make no sense. What do you mean by such a remark? What you said in your testimony reveals that you know something you shouldn't have known. In other words, there's a fundamental inconsistency in your statements. What?
Objection!
This is provocative talk, Counselor. Won't you enlighten the court? Explain this alleged inconsistency. Iris was right. One lie begets another. The inconsistency is revealed by the lies in the witnesses' statements. They showed that Mr. Graydon had knowledge of something he shouldn't have known anything about. Namely, the third gun, the peepus hole, or the bloodstains on the coat. Well, the thing about the third gun could just been something he made up. But besides, he still could have seen it if it... Well, no, there was no peephole, so... Yeah, I guess... The peephole... Yeah... Or the bloodstains on the coat. Curious. Okay, but... I think we will save this for the next episode. Yeah, boy. I feel like we are getting near to the end of things, and, yeah, the thing is, I kind of want to, I don't know, like I said, I feel like we're approaching the climax and the denouement, if you will, and I would rather that be all in, like, one episode, if possible, and I wouldn't want to have to cut myself off in the middle of this, climactic encounter, right? So, I think I will save it for next episode, and figure out what this thing he should have known about. I'm leaning towards the bloodstain on the coat, but I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, until then, I will see you around.